For those of us between the ages of 35 and 45, there are life truths etched into the marrow of our being. These are not lessons from books, but from the burdens we carry in silence. Not long ago, during a quiet dinner with friends, one of them opened his heart to me. He shared the quiet sorrow of midlife, caught in the unrelenting grind of work, too tired to keep going, too burdened to rest, and too uncertain to escape. His body had already begun sending its warnings. His soul was tethered to the weight of family, and when he looked outward, the world seemed to have no place left for him. At that moment, the hardship of middle age revealed itself with the truth that could no longer be ignored. Welcome, dear friends, to Philosophy, the Art of Life. Today, we gather once again to reflect on one of life's unspoken chapters, the struggles of the middle years. It is a time when pressures converge from every direction and a sense of purpose can feel distant. Let us explore 8 heartfelt reflections drawn from life and shared with the hope that they may offer clarity and strength to your own journey. First, we must not idealize the notion of stability. What seems like security in a job may slowly become a kind of quiet erosion. A few years ago, many believed that a corporate ID badge from a well-known company was a symbol of safety and permanence. However, recent years have shown us another truth. We have seen seasoned managers laid off without warning, and high-earning professionals quietly updating their resumes in coffee shops. Those over 35 often find themselves at the top of the list during organizational cuts. In economics, there is a concept known as the rule of thumb. It suggests that if you are not the most exceptional and irreplaceable, you become vulnerable. However, when you become irreplaceable, regardless of your role or location, you will always find a way to thrive. The truth is, real skill is the most enduring form of security. Refine your abilities, strengthen your craft, build a foundation that no one can take from you. The real iron rice bowl is not the organization you serve, but the capability you hold within. Second, your health must be your most sacred performance indicator. Everything else, titles, bonuses, accolades, loses its value when your body begins to fail. Many of us trade health for income, ignoring pain, sacrificing rest, and rushing through meals, believing it is all part of the path. But your spine quietly tallies each late night. Your stomach remembers every missed meal. Your liver quietly processes every business drink. One day, they will no longer remain silent, and the cost may far outweigh any year-end bonus. Your body is the essential capital from which all other parts of your life are built. Without it, nothing can stand. When asked what factor is most important in wealth building, studies have shown the answer is not privilege, background, or luck. It is health. Only when you are well can you hope to grow. Even Zhuge Liang, a genius strategist of his time, died at 54 from exhaustion. Meanwhile, Sima Yi, who embraced self-care, lived to 72 and built a dynasty. In the long run, those who win are the ones who learn to care for themselves. This is not selfishness, it is wisdom. Third, take a lesson from the rabbit and create more than one path forward. An old saying reminds us, a clever rabbit digs 3 burrows. If one is compromised, the others remain. Even if a single burrow is 95% safe, there remains a 5% chance of danger. However, with 3, each offering 80% safety, the odds of complete collapse are drastically reduced. In life, this means we must diversify our skills, our income, and our opportunities. One method is the 5-3-1 rule. Dedicate 50% of your energy to your main job, 30% to developing side projects aligned with your strengths, and 10% to exploring new and unfamiliar possibilities. Perhaps by day, you are a department head, but by night you teach online, create digital content, or drive for extra income. You could turn 20 years of experience into an online course, or turn your social network into a business opportunity. The key is this: never place all your hopes in one direction. When one door closes, you will already have built another to open. Fourth, you must embed your emergency plan deep into your conscience. Ask yourself this: if I lost my job tomorrow, how long could I survive? At this stage of life, we are often stretched between caring for our parents and raising our children. One unexpected shift could cause everything to crumble. We live in an age of black swan events where layoffs often come faster than promotions. That is why it is not enough to earn. We must also save, create what some call the Freedom Fund. A wise father once told his son, "Play life like a chess game. Don't just think about the next move, prepare for the entire match." Every month, set aside a portion of your income, not merely as a safety net, but as a form of empowerment. This is not just a fund, it is the foundation of dignity. It gives you the ability to say no when something compromises your values and to walk away without losing yourself. Fifth, it is good to be kind, but it is essential to be valuable. In the workplace, it is easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval, smiling often, showing politeness, maintaining social ties, and crafting perfect words for every situation. We call it networking, but sometimes it becomes emotional labor that offers little in return. The truth is, when the storm of change arrives, even those who once shared laughter may quietly turn away. Work is not family, and colleagues are not bound to you by loyalty or love. Affection does not guarantee protection when decisions are made in boardrooms. That is why, instead of spending your energy on pleasing everyone, focus it on becoming someone who is impossible to replace. Let your value be evident in what you produce and in the clarity of the solutions you offer. Be the person others look to, not because they like you, but because they need you. Recognition will come not through words, but through impact. Respect will follow, not because of charm, but because of competence. Those who contribute meaningfully will always outlast those who simply try to belong. In the end, the quiet power of usefulness will speak louder than the noise of flattery. Sixth, resist the temptation to compete with youth in endurance. Do not measure yourself by how late you stay awake or how many hours you put in. Instead, measure yourself by the depth of your insight and the wisdom you have gathered through the years. You may no longer have the stamina for sleepless nights or the impulsiveness to chase every trend, but you have something far more enduring: clarity, restraint, and the ability to see beyond the surface. You have already walked through storms they have not yet seen. You have faced disappointments and learned how to rise with grace. While the younger generation may have energy, you possess experience. Where they sprint, you navigate. Where they guess, you discern. A single observation from you, grounded in decades of trial and refinement, can solve a problem they might spend days wrestling with. Your maturity is not a disadvantage, it is a gift. Like aged wine or seasoned wood, your worth increases with time. So do not try to match the pace of the young. Instead, show them how to think, how to see, and how to move with intention. As the old saying goes, the older the ginger, the hotter the spice, and it is this spice that enriches the entire pot. Seventh, reduce unnecessary risks and walk more mindfully in every investment you make, whether financial, emotional, or professional. In our younger years, failure was a teacher. Painful, yes, but often recoverable. However, in midlife, the stakes grow higher. One mistake now could send ripples across your finances, your family, and your sense of self-worth. This is not a time to stop dreaming, but a time to dream with discipline. We are no longer playing with toy swords. We are protecting the foundations of our lives, our homes, our children's futures, our peace of mind. So if you want to try something new, begin with a whisper, not a roar. Start small. Test with caution. Let your risks be measured and your ventures grounded. Freedom is not merely about quitting your job to pursue passion. True freedom is having the wisdom to build a life where your stability supports your dreams. It is about resilience, not recklessness. When others leap blindly, choose instead to climb with care. Those who endure are not the ones who jump highest, but those who land with both feet firmly on solid ground. Eighth, and most importantly, never accept your circumstances as your fate. Do not whisper to yourself, "I can't." Instead, say with quiet determination, "I will." Many lose hope not because they fail, but because they stop trying. One of my friends used to work in traditional media. When social platforms began rising, many of his peers felt left behind, but he chose to learn. He adapted, and when the company built its digital division, he was the natural choice to lead. His growth gave him the opportunity others missed. Life rewards those who continue to evolve. In the second half of life, victory belongs not to the strongest, but to those who refuse to give up, to those who renew their minds and open their hearts again and again. So, dear friends, always remember, age 35 is not a breaking point. It is a hinge that opens a new door. It is not a crisis, but a call to begin living more deeply, more meaningfully, and more truly for yourself. Lift your chin, take the next step, trust in the journey ahead. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for walking with me to this final moment. If these words have touched you, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to Philosophy, the Art of Life. Join us on this shared path. Help us bring wisdom and insight to those who need it. Every like is a light. Every share is a ripple. Every presence is a blessing. Until we meet again, may you live with clarity, love with compassion, and walk with peace in your soul.